What's this number right here? It's 6,500. Why am I showing you this number? Because 6,500 lives are saved every year. In a nation of 17 million people, an extra 6 months of healthy living is added on to each and every citizen's life as a result of it. A 3% boost to their GDP as a result of this. These are not hypothetical scenarios. These are not pie in the sky assumptions, nor are these misleading statistics. These are real outcomes that have already been achieved for the people of the Netherlands through an active commitment to a cycling lifestyle. My name is Michael Gowdy, avid cyclist and engineer at National University, and I'm going to explain just how important it is that we take steps today to ensure that we can enjoy a healthier future tomorrow. When was the last time that you rode a bike? Was it today, a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, maybe even longer than a year ago? And when you did ride that bike, why did you ride it? Was it for fun, for exercise, or was it maybe because you were on your way to work? There's no reason the answer to these questions can't be today, and because I wanted to, or for fun, or for work, or to get groceries. But as it stands now, cycling is treated as a fringe activity, a tool for the young or unsuccessful, and of greatest consequence, a hindrance to successful traffic flow. Bike sharing programs are popping up all over the world at an unprecedented pace, and people are beginning to understand the benefits of cycling are immediate and expansive. Cycling is good for cardiovascular health and for overall longevity. It's good for the environment. It's good for relieving the ever-growing traffic congestion that we've grown accustomed to. It's good for the economy via the increased productivity that comes from a healthy workforce. All of this and more was found to be true in a 2015 study by authors Fishman and Shepard, published in the American Journal of Public Health. Let's focus on the areas of benefit that I just listed: health, longevity, environment, the economy. These benefits are relatively direct and easy to see. I think it's safe to assume that everybody is familiar with the myriad of health benefits associated with regular physical activity. And as a result of a nationwide commitment to cycling accessibility, for that same Dutch cycling study, the average Dutch adult rides a bike for well over an hour every week, meaning the median is certainly even higher than that. It only takes a couple of hours a week to satisfy a 20 to 30 minute daily exercise goal, and completing a large chunk of that during time typically wasted while commuting to work puts you that much closer to a healthy lifestyle while keeping your free time free. There's no expensive gym membership required, and the time you sacrifice would have been spent breathing exhaust fumes, listening to horns honking, and just generally being stressed out. I personally am lucky enough to have the coaster available to me, so I get to spend my mornings sipping coffee and answering emails as I watch the San Diego coastline whiz by. And let's not forget the obvious economic benefits. The first economic benefit is something that we could all guess. Gas is expensive, and cycling uses less of it. A lot less of it. Actually, none, really. Maybe you own a more efficient car than I do, but I drive a GMC Yukon that gets, optimistically, 15 miles per gallon. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I used to spend over $100 each and every week on gas. Guess how much I spend now? $13 a week for a transit pass. And that's it. That's not the only economic benefit that's not the only economic benefit by a long shot. Cyclists live longer, healthier lives. And that means more working years, more productive years, and for the economy, that means more spending years. It cuts down on emissions and air pollution. And this air pollution can be blamed for taking over 200,000 lives a year in the US alone, according to a 2005 MIT study by doctors chiasm, and a shock. That means you have more healthier people across society contributing towards a strong economy. On top of all of that, healthy people use less healthcare. And just to put the significance of that into perspective, preventable health problems cost the US economy over $100 million each and every year for a 2007 Emory study. And I want to go back to this number here. 6,500 lives saved in a nation of 17 million people. 6,500 people not dying of heart disease, not dying of diabetes, not saying goodbye to their families before they have to. In a nation of 330 million people, like the US has, that projects to over 100,000 lives saved every year. Now, all of these benefits are in and of themselves good things. But where the cycling benefits really start to become apparent is when you take into account the synergistic effects. Not only do you get the health benefits and the traffic benefits and the economic benefits, but you start to get a positive feedback effect where health benefits encourage further economic investment, which in turn makes it safer to ride, which then in turn makes it easier to start commuting, which tempts more people to ride their bikes, which then spreads infrastructure investments over a larger base, meaning for the same investment, you're getting a larger return on investment. It's all well and good to preach about these semi-tangible benefits, but when you see numbers like a 3% bump in GDP as a result, you begin to realize the consequences of not adopting cycling culture can be measured in dollars and cents. Currently, we are forecasting a 6% growth in the US, which probably is impossible. But adopting sensible cycling practices and using other countries' successes as a roadmap for infrastructure and development can get us a lot closer to that. These successes are self-evident in nations like the Netherlands that have already made the investment, and they only become more and more attractive to other areas as these other areas come to realize that they too could have a healthier, happier populace. And if nothing else sticks with you, please remember this. 6,500 lives saved each and every year.
Ooh. Whoa!